Hey guys, hey nature lovers, Nature Guy X46 here. This is a little bit of an impromptu video, mainly because it wasn't supposed to take place today, but I couldn't find the object that I was going to do this video about, so I switched it up. So we're going to be talking about bivalves and gastropods. So, let's get into this. So, all of these items are all mollusk. They're all in the same family, the same, the same phylum, Mollusca. They're related to octopuses and squids and slugs. A bunch of stuff that most of us would probably, well, either eat, stay away from, or whatnot. Gastropods are your snails, your limpets. They have a flat foot. This also includes all of these animals except for this guy. This is not a bivalve. Sorry, it is not a gastropod. So let's go through what is not a gastropod. Most of the stuff is actually a gastropod, the majority of it. Some of these are bivalves. Scallops, clams, oysters are bivalves, meaning there are two shells, just like this one that's a little bit dirty, and this big old scallop shell. These guys have muscles that they use to open and close their shell with, and you can sort of see where this one would have had an attachment here. They're all very, very different from one another. Even though scallops may resemble each other, they're very, very different. Bivalves, of course, have a valve that allows them to take water in and out. They're basically filter feeders, so they're going to take water in, remove the parts that they feed on, and then force the water back out. Gastropods, on the other hand, the majority of them have basically teeth, the radula. Hopefully I pronounced that right. If I didn't, somebody will correct me, I hope. But they use that to actually feed with. Some of them are carnivores, some of them are herbivores. I don't know of any, well, there are some that are actual little, what's the word I'm looking for? Opportunist. I think there's possibly some omnivores. So the cone shells are an example of a predatory gastropod. They actually have a little harpoon that they use to paralyze their food. There are moon shells, which this one resembles. I'm not sure that it is, but it resembles one. They are, I believe, a predator. This is a spider conch. This one is actually a land snail from the Philippines. So, yeah. That's the land snail from the Philippines. So, gastropods are, to me, interesting. There are tons of different forms. Of course, there are many forms of bivalves too. What I think is interesting about both is they can become homes to other creatures. And some of them may even use that fact to provide camouflage for themselves. Let me show you an example of that. This big old scallop shell right here actually has remnants of another shell that was attached to him. Actually, there's a couple of them. Sometimes they will come with tunnels on them. This oyster shell actually had little guys living on it. There's another example. This one actually has a barnacle on it. Interestingly enough, the scallops actually have pretty well developed eyes, which I think is pretty amazing. And with that, I gotta let you go.